So, let's get started with the tarot spread. What I've done here is this is your subconscious, this is your emotion, this is spirit, okay? And then here is the physical, and this is their advice, spirit's advice, okay? And then what I've done here is this is your romance card. And the reason I say romance and not love is love to me is that energy that moves through all vibrations. So this would be your romance. And then this is your financial card, okay? So it looks like this is your past, present, and your future. And by future, I mean like end of November into December. So it looks like in your past, emotionally, not just emotionally, you had been really working on something. And you had been tirelessly working on something. So I feel like a lot of you have grown, Sagittarians. Like maybe back in the day you didn't finish things, but now you're really focused. And okay, so you got wounded and things didn't go your way, but you continued to stay focused. And maybe you took a break, but then you started again. Like that's what I'm feeling like what was happening in your recent past. And then you were getting frustrated. I feel the frustration from you guys from like, and I think this was last month or the month before, where you were like, I know this stuff is true. I know it. But why isn't it coming through? What am I missing? What am I not getting? What's going on? I know this stuff is true, right? And I feel like the frustration. And then I feel like their advice was just relax the energy. So the moon is about like seeing the beauty, seeing the they're telling me, they're reminding me, because I think you were, as much as you know things to be true, I'm seeing where even though we know when somebody, like when you're trying to get to something or you have this big goal and you're like, and we've heard this before, where you're getting to this big goal and then people that get to the big goal say, you know, I wanted this big goal and I put my life into this big goal and then I got this big goal, but then I realized it wasn't about the goal. It was about the journey, right? That's what I'm seeing that you were coming to an understanding about, that it's about the journey itself. Even though you know this to be true, even though I'm not telling you something you don't know, even though you know this to be true about it's about the journey, you were so focused on getting to that goal that you were forgetting about the journey. And that's what this was about. Yeah. So, looks like you're coming through that. In your present, this is the emotional state, and this is what spirits, and this is kind of what's going to be going on. This is kind of like the faded stuff for you guys. So, in your present, and to me the present can be now to 2 weeks. And I do want to say that full moon energy is going to be happening for you for 2 weeks, okay? So you'll have 2 weeks, and then like the new moon's going to come in, like it's just going to be triggered and triggered. So it's not going to stop this energy. I know people are like worried, is it going to stop? Are we going to stop getting stuff? Is it going to, and it's not. It's like re-triggered and things are going to be happening for you. So, in your present, the emotional, it looks like you've got some news. Either you just gotten it or you're about to get it, because this is in your now. And this is going to be felt on an emotional level. So I do feel like some of you are like, ooh, is that going to be what I think it's going to be? And then some of you are like, yes, thank God. Like, I'm finally getting the stuff that's coming. Like, I'm finally getting the stuff that I've been working on, right? So that's kind of what I feel like is going on, and that's going to be coming to you. But this is your physical state. This is what I'm excited about. So with this news, Spirit's saying, this is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. This is for you. You have been working so hard. Look at you. Been working so hard. So the Wheel of Fortune looks like your life is changing physically. Like, a lot of you are going from, okay, I really had to watch things in my finances. I really had to watch things with people in relationships, but I feel like I'm like things are actually coming and it's feeling better. And I feel like this is physical manifestations. Your life is changing to the Wheel of Fortune. I have two like complete positive, what everybody would call complete positive in the deck. One is the Sun card, and the other one is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is fortune. It's going your way. It's a positive energy. It's not like, I have to talk to you guys differently because you have this understanding, you have this knowing. So it's not like, oh, well, I had to break up with that person, but it turned out to be a positive thing kind of thing. That's not what this is. It actually looks positive when it comes in. It is positive manifestation. It is your world changing. You're going to becoming more stable. You're understanding that you're able to do things on your own. You're understanding that you're able to do things that you created from your head. You're understanding how to bring down what you know to be true from the other realms, from the matrix, from the grid, whatever you want to call it, from the field, and you're actually able to create it in the physical. And I feel like that's what's going to be going on in this next 2 weeks. So congratulations. Now, in your future, near future, so this would be sort of the end of November into December, but I mean, it could be before then. It kind of depends. You said these are pretty good about this stuff. So, this is your emotional state, and this is what I feel like is not just your emotional state, but your understanding of what's really happening or what's really going on with you. You have the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is not gender specific for me. My cards are not gender specific. The King of Swords is about, it's more about the characteristic. So the King of Swords is this beautiful king or queen who, through all these trials and tribulations and through these things that they've had to go through, they find themselves the king or the queen, and then they realize that that position was theirs to begin with. It was always theirs. It's in their DNA. It's who they are, right? So the fact that they didn't do it like everybody else, the fact that they were always thinking outside the box, the fact that they were eccentric and quirky and unique, that is part of, well, that is what made them the royalty that they are, because they weren't like everybody else, because they were so different, because they did things so differently. They did things that society didn't think maybe wasn't any good, but they did it because they knew that to be true. But they come to this understanding and this peace about themselves that this lineage, this royalty was in their DNA to begin with, and it's who they are. That's what I feel like is going to be going on with you guys, where you understand as these manifestations come through, because of this hard work, because of you enjoying the journey, because of you letting go of things and opening up space, you're understanding your placement in this world. You're understanding that you are a royalty and lineage, right? Your lineage is royalty, that you, in your DNA, all the stuff that you create in your world, all these blessings that come in, all these people, these relationships, these things, they were yours to begin with, right? So I see that you get to a space here soon about that, but then this is your physical, right? This is the physical stuff. You have the Eight of Swords. So even when you come to this understanding about this to me is the test card. I mean, it means several different things for me, but right now I'm seeing it as the test card for you. So this is about you being tested, not from anybody else but yourself, right? It's for you to stay in that knowing of, I am royalty. Am I going to keep behaving and stepping into that? And am I going to keep, like, in my daily routine, in my daily work, in my helping other people, am I going to stay in that? Am I going to remember all the time that I am of this DNA, that I am creating this world that I have started to create, that I am worthy and deserving and of the things that I have worked hard, and it doesn't have to be such a struggle. And I do have my boundaries. Like, there is a way for you to be able to inspire other people, get them on their path, and give yourself love to inspire yourself and put yourself on the path as well. Does that make sense? Like this is what's going to be going on at the end of November and into December. It's like, okay, I'm getting these things and I'm understanding who I am, but am I going to stay in that? That's what you're going to be working through, okay? So, let's get to your romance card. I know it's a little bleak for your romance. So I feel like when you get to this state, this is the Palace of Swords. So this is all about outside the box, this is all about the planning, not taking the action needed, but knowing the action that you need to take for the things that you want to come in, right? And so with this being in your romance, their advice is, as you're opening up and as you're coming into your own and as you're understanding where you came from, who you are, where you want to go, the things that you deserve, the worthiness that you are, and this has to do with your ego. Remember, you have to have an ego in balance to understand that, yes, I am who I am, and I do deserve these things, and the laws of the universe do work, but I have to step in that too, right? That's an ego in balance. And I can be kind to people and still have my boundary and not let people take too much from me, right? So I feel like as you're getting into this, your love, your heart starts opening and you start seeing the possibility of loving in a way that's very different than everybody else. Maybe not like the Aquas, but very different. Where you can love somebody that you can have with you and still have your freedom, right? So this is for the singles. For the couples, I feel like you're moving into a stage where you're understanding exactly how you're wanting this relationship to look like, right? And that's very different than, well, it should be this, right? You're actually going to start planning this. You're actually going to start seeing, okay, I have this partner. This is the way I see that I want this relationship to go, right? That's very different than, well, it should be this way because this is society, but I don't really feel like that because I need my space and I need my freedom, but I really want somebody, but then I don't want somebody, but then I do want somebody, but then I don't want somebody. Like, there's a way, trust me. I have a Saggy moon. I was married for 20 years. There is a way to have a partner and be in a loving relationship and still have your freedom. There is a way to do it. So this looks like what you'll be doing in the month of November is sort of planning that out and seeing that. So this is your finance. Look at you, Saggy. You have the Six of Wands. So it looks like in your financial area, I just see things coming to you. Like, so the Six of Wands is usually about being noticed and getting accolades and being received well and sort of being in the spotlight. I kind of see you as the light and all this possessions and finance and money coming through for you. I feel like you're being noticed for who you are. I feel like and this is in November. I feel like things are starting to come to you, but I feel like the flow stays open for you. I see that it's almost like the money or the finances are looking at the light and attracted to the light, which you have. So I feel like the month of November is going to be very good for you financially. I feel like you're able to breathe. I feel like you're smiling. So let me say that again, because you Saggies always smile, right? You're always smiling. You're always inspiring. You're always funny. I love Saggies. I love my Saggies. And so you're always smiling, but I'm seeing this as you smiling at you. You know that inward smile? Like in your core and your chakras, that you can smile. That's you. That's what I see you in November, because you have these things coming through. And it's about you saying, like, a lot of people would be thinking, well, is it, it's just because they have money coming in and blah, blah, blah. No, it's not that. It's, for you, it's different. For you, it's like, these things that I know to be true because I'm connected to the other realms, because I'm connected to one God, to oneness, to God, whatever you call him. these things that I know to be true weren't working before, and now they're working, and I am so happy because what I know to be true is working. That's what I feel like for you guys. All right, so this last card I'm going to turn over from the bottom of the deck. This is going to be your overall theme and what you'll be working through in the month of November. Oh my goodness, look at you. Look at that. Hello. Hello. I love it. I love it. I love it. Look at that. Look at that. You just have this one thing where you're going to test yourself. That's all. That's it. But you have the Seven of Coins. So the Seven of Coins is all about you nourishing that tree, you growing that tree, and it bearing fruit. And now you have the baskets where you can receive this fruit, where you can receive the stability, where you can receive the finances, where you can receive the courage, where you can receive the ego imbalance, where you can receive all these things that you've been working on. Like, that's what I feel like you're going to be working through in the month of November, is understanding those really were mine all to begin with anyway, and all I had to do was put a little bit of hard work in it. And so what if it didn't come in the time that I thought it was supposed to come? But guess what? It's coming now, so that means it really works, right? That's what I see for you guys.